Episode 4: The Awakening. Amir's arms ached as he cradled Mali Zeko close, but he didn't dare stop running. The faint chirps from the little alien had turned into a series of loud, piercing cries, echoing through the dark woods. "Amir," Eldin panted, struggling to keep up. He's so loud. What's wrong with him?" Amir looked down at Zeko, whose glowing skin pulsed in waves of vibrant colors. His large black eyes were wide, shimmering with tears, as if he were in distress. "He's calling out," Amir said, his voice laced with worry. "To his dad, I think. He knows something we don't." Eldin glanced nervously over his shoulder. "If we can hear him, so can they." Behind them, faint beams of light from the agents' flashlights pierced through the trees, drawing closer. The military and agents swarmed the base of the Pyramid of the Sun, their floodlights illuminating the ancient structure. Technicians and scientists scrambled to set up equipment around the site, while a team of linguists tried to decipher the faint glowing symbols that had appeared on the pyramid's surface following the light beam. "What is this thing?" one of the scientists muttered, staring at a monitor that showed fluctuating energy readings. "It's like the whole structure has come alive." An officer nearby barked into his radio. "Status on the body at the facility?" The voice on the other end replied, tense and shaky. "We've got a situation. We can't get near it. Every time we try, some kind of force pushes us back. It's like the body is protecting itself." The officer frowned. "But you moved it?" "Barely," the voice admitted. "Whatever happened at the pyramid, it's doing something to the body." In a stark, sterile room at a hidden facility, the body of Mali Zeko's father lay on a raised platform. The older alien's skin, once dull and lifeless, now pulsed faintly with light. Around him, a team of doctors and soldiers stood frozen, unsure of what to do. "It's alive," one of the doctors whispered, her voice trembling. The alien's chest rose and fell in slow, deliberate movements, his powerful form beginning to stir. The air in the room grew heavy, almost suffocating, as an unnatural energy radiated from the figure. "Stand down," barked a commanding officer, though his voice wavered. The soldiers raised their weapons, but their hands shook as a wave of fear washed over them. The alien's eyes snapped open. They glowed with an intensity that seemed to pierce through every soul in the room. He slowly sat up, his movements deliberate and controlled, as if testing the limits of his resurrected body. And then he spoke, not in words, but in a deep, resonant hum that reverberated through the room, striking fear into every human present. One of the soldiers stepped back, his weapon clattering to the floor. "What is this thing?" The alien's gaze turned to the soldier, and a sudden wave of force knocked him back, sending him crashing into the wall. Mali Zeko's cries grew louder, more urgent. Amir stopped in his tracks, clutching the alien tightly. "Zeko, stop! Please, you're going to give us away." But Zeko didn't stop. His glowing body radiated brighter and brighter, the pulses growing in intensity, as if answering a call only he could hear. "Amir," Eldin whispered, his voice shaky. "Look." Above the pyramid, the sky began to shift. Clouds churned unnaturally, and a massive dark shape emerged. A spaceship, massive and ominous, hovered over the pyramid. Its surface was sleek and black, absorbing the light around it. Jagged edges and glowing red symbols covered its hull, giving it a predatory appearance. "Is that?" Eldin trailed off, his words caught in his throat. Amir's face paled. "I think that's what they were running from." Back at the facility, Mali Zeko's father stood fully upright now, his presence dominating the room. The soldiers and scientists could do nothing but watch in terror. The alien turned his gaze toward the ceiling, his eyes narrowing as if sensing something. His hum deepened, reverberating through the walls. One of the doctors stepped forward cautiously. What do you want?" she asked, her voice trembling. The alien didn't answer. Instead, he raised his hand, and a holographic map appeared in the air. It displayed the pyramid and a series of glowing dots leading to the woods. His other hand emitted a pulse of light that rippled through the facility, disabling all electronics. The humans were plunged into darkness. The alien stepped forward, his energy growing stronger. He knew where his son was, and nothing would stop him from getting to him. Amir and Eldin stood frozen in the woods, staring at the massive spaceship hovering over the pyramid. The ground beneath them rumbled, as if responding to its presence. "We need to move," Amir said, gripping Zeko tightly. "Now." As they turned to run, a deafening roar split the air. From the spaceship, smaller craft descended, their engines emitting an eerie, otherworldly sound. Beams of red light scanned the area, searching for something or someone. Behind them, the glow from the pyramid intensified once more, and in the distance, the roar of engines signaled the approach of the government agents. "Amir," Eldin whispered, his voice trembling. "What do we do?" Amir looked down at Zeko, whose glowing eyes met his. For the first time, Amir felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. "We save him," he said firmly, clutching Zeko tighter.